McLaren has been causing quite a stir in the world of Formula One lately. Despite high expectations, this new car has shown signs of dissatisfaction during testing, and the team is already planning major improvements after just 2 races. So the question on everyone's mind is, can McLaren catch up and challenge for the title this season? We'll be hearing from the team's drivers, Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri, who have both shared their thoughts on the matter. Despite the early setbacks, these 2 young talents are not backing down from the challenge and are determined to make their mark on the 2023 season. With a long season ahead, McLaren has their work cut out for them. As we take you behind the scenes, we'll be exploring the technical challenges the team is facing, their plans for improvement, and what this all means for their championship hopes. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more Formula One content. Part 1. Efficiency Problems and Target Fix. In the middle of February, McLaren unveiled their latest creation, the MCL60, at their headquarters, and it seemed like they were already needing some changes. During the presentation, the team hinted that they weren't completely satisfied with the car and had identified areas for potential improvement that they wanted to address as soon as possible, possibly even before the 4th round of the season in late April. Their concerns were not unfounded, as the McLaren didn't exactly set the world on fire during testing in Bahrain. Also in the first race weekend in Bahrain, the McLaren did not impress spectators around the world. But sometimes, the reality of a few hiccups can put a bit of a damper on things. That's exactly what happened with the latest car from McLaren. A few pesky problems with the mandatory bodywork fins that extend over the inside of the front wheels caused it to spend some time cooped up in the garage. So it seems like Andrea Stella, the new team principal for McLaren, is already facing his first challenge. The team hasn't had the best start to the season, and when he spoke to the media, Stella didn't make any excuses. Instead, he owned up to the fact that the team just didn't develop fast enough. According to Stella, the team's lackluster performance during testing wasn't really a surprise. He expected the data to reflect what they were seeing in terms of aerodynamics. And when it comes to their position in the pecking order, Stella doesn't think there will be any surprises either. But even though McLaren started the season at a disadvantage, Stella remains optimistic about the future. He knows they have work to do, but he also believes that the length of the season means there will be opportunities for them to catch up. Plus, the team has a good development rate, which is where they're focusing their efforts. So while the start of the season was tough, Stella is looking ahead with a positive attitude. He's realistic about where they are now, but he's also optimistic about what the team can achieve in the future. McLaren is gearing up to enhance the performance of its car in specific areas that it believes its competitors are already capitalizing on with their 2023 designs. According to team principal Andrea Stella, the upgrades have the potential to provide a significant advantage, though he didn't reveal which components will be targeted. He did, however, hint that the changes will improve the car's aerodynamic efficiency, even though the vehicle itself may not look dramatically different. After finishing 3rd in the 2020 championship, McLaren came in 4th place in 2021 and then experienced a setback in 2022, falling to 5th. Stella acknowledged that the team struggled with its first car, designed for F1's overhauled technical regulations, but it has since addressed most of the problems. However, there's still one area where McLaren is lagging behind. Stella revealed that the team had set clear objectives in 2022, which included improving aerodynamic efficiency, developing the use of tires, and enhancing the balance of the car. While the team has made significant progress in meeting these objectives, there's still room for improvement. Part 2. Lando Norris and Piastri, think of them as competitors. After ending their contract with Daniel Ricciardo a year early, the team has signed on Oscar Piastri, the reigning Formula 2 champion. Norris is excited about the new addition and believes that Piastri's presence will help push him to new heights. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Piastri believes he can outperform his new teammate, Lando Norris, in his first season on the grid. Of course, he's keeping his expectations in check, but he's definitely feeling confident about his chances. Despite not having worked together extensively yet, Norris has positive first impressions of Piastri. He thinks that the young driver is a hard worker and a lovely guy, and believes that he will quickly adapt to the world of Formula One. At the launch of their new car, Norris emphasized the importance of having a teammate who can push him to his limits and help him unlock his full potential. He believes that this is what the team has been missing in recent years, and thinks that Piastri will be the one to fill that role. Norris had a pretty impressive season last year, outperforming Ricciardo in 16 out of 22 races and finishing with 122 points compared to his teammates' 37. But Piastri, a world champion in Formula 2 and Formula 3 in 2020 and 2021, is not one to shy away from a challenge. In an interview with ABC, Piastri said, "I think everyone has to have that self-belief that they can win, or if they're not in a position to win, to do the best that they can with what they have." Piastri will also be the only home driver at the Australian Grand Prix on April 2, after Ricciardo's move to Red Bull as a reserve driver. He's excited about the prospect of representing his country on his home turf, saying, "It's going to be a very special event." But despite all the excitement, Piastri is keeping a level head. He knows that setting specific targets for his rookie season in F1 is difficult, especially given the unpredictable nature of the sport. Instead, he's focusing on laying the foundation for future success and establishing good habits from the beginning. As Ricciardo himself advised Piastri in a recent podcast interview, "It's important to absorb as much information as possible and keep expectations in check in his first season." But with his talent and self-belief, Piastri is definitely one to watch out for. While Norris is optimistic about their working relationship, he acknowledges that it's hard to predict how well they will work together on a race weekend. He compares this to his previous experiences working with Ricciardo and Carlos Sainz, saying that he had positive relationships with both of them. Despite the competitive nature of the sport, Norris and Ricciardo got along well and were happy to help each other out. Similarly, he and Sainz had a high level of respect for each other, which he thinks is rare in Formula One. What do you think the future holds for McLaren? Do you think they will be able to overcome their challenges and emerge stronger than ever? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more F1 content.